ePharmaSolutions is an award-winning e-clinical solutions and clinical services provider with over 330,000 active users in 130 countries on over 3,000 active clinical trials. We build solutions to streamline and accelerate the clinical development process with a focus on clinical trial portals, clinical document management solutions, and system integration application. We're a Microsoft Gold partner and provide cloud-based software as a service solutions to over 100 life science clients. Now that the eTMF market has matured, sponsors are realizing they need an eTMF solution that's easy to configure, reduces the manual tasks like copying, scanning, and triple data entry that the older eTMFs required. They need an eTMF that's scalable to support thousands of studies and millions of documents, and extensible to allow for externalization to study sites. Finally, these solutions have to be secure and compliant, especially when they're being externalized to CROs, third-party vendors, and study sites. ePharmaSolutions eTMF is a best-in-class custom SharePoint 2013 solution that leverages the familiarity of Microsoft features with the power of ePharmaSolutions custom workflow applications for scalability and externalization. The eTMF includes integration APIs for the leading CTMS, EDC, IVRS, and lab systems and supports auto-configuration of placeholders using a fully configurable reference model. The eTMF also includes multi-channel intelligent routing for fully electronic document completion from the clinical trial portal or through custom bulk uploaders, 2D barcode faxing, scanning, or through web service integrations. The eTMF can be externalized to CRO and site users for a fully electronic document lifecycle with digital signature and includes more than 20 out-of-the-box reports and ad hoc reporting engines. This is the architecture of the clinical trial portal and eTMF modules. It's developed using a parent-child-grandchild hierarchy. Each child workspace can inherit the properties of the parent through a simple cloning configuration process that takes just a few minutes to configure. Each workspace in eTMF is role-based, so users only get to see what they're permissioned to see, but each workspace tracks task completions across studies. So if a user completes a feasibility survey on one workspace, it will auto-populate their last responses on the other workspace. The same goes for the tracking of training certificates, study documents, safety letter acknowledgements, and all other tasks, all designed to make it simple for study sites who work on multiple studies for the same sponsor. The study workspace is also fully configured with the eTMF, so essential documents and contracts that are signed in the CTP can be approved by study managers and they're automatically routed to the correct section of the eTMF. No printing, no scanning, no double data entry. And these are just a few of the artifacts that can be approved and completed in the clinical trial portal or EDC system and routed electronically to the eTMF through configurable APIs. No manual processing, no mistakes. This is the process for how artifacts are routed from the clinical trial portal to the eTMF. A site opens and digitally signs a pre-populated 1572 and submits it for approval. The study team gets an email alert that the 1572 from the site needs review and approval, just a click of a button. Once approved, the 1572 is routed to the correct destination in the eTMF. Since it's already been QC'd by a study team, there's no need for a secondary QC by the eTMF administrator, or at least you can lower the QC threshold for these documents in the eTMF. This is the Parent Portal Administrator homepage. This is where portal administrators can manage and track studies, configure study workspaces and eTMFs, and configure versions of the TMF reference model while managing document template libraries and authoring and approving documents. This is how the study manager would configure a study in the configuration module. In this example, the user works for a CRO and has several company templates from which to choose. Choosing a sponsor template here will filter the available workflow modules and templates for that sponsor so the correct artifacts are always used. New studies can be cloned from existing studies, which will inherit the look and feel, the templates, the workflow modules, and roles and permissions from the cloned workspace. To configure a new study from scratch, the system will ask for some basic study metadata, including the phase and indication of the study, the countries, which will configure the document templates and country-specific document workflows in the Secure Document Exchange tool and safety letter distribution application. Next, the workspace template is selected. You can have as many templates as you like. different looks for different therapeutic areas, for example. Next, you select the workflow applications needed for that study. Each time you select a workflow application, like the site feasibility application, a pre-configured survey template for the indication and countries becomes available. So in this example, we're selecting a U.S. Oncology Feasibility Survey, a standard learning plan for the LMS that includes the Metadata Rave EDC module. The study documents will include both digital signature and 2D barcode faxback because it's a global study in the countries we selected, a standard eTMF configuration that uses the DIA reference model, and then the vendors that will be used on the study are selected to configure the single sign-on and vendor integration manager for automated account provisioning into those systems. Once the form is complete, the system will start the configuration and in about 10 minutes will send me a confirmation email with the systems that were configured and a link to the new workspace. This is the parent TMF administrator page showing the master TMF reference model, which defaults to the DIA 2.0 standard. The reference model can be reconfigured to support any company's variation of this model and saved for future uses. Each study-specific eTMF configuration inherits the properties, workflow, permissions, and templates of the parent workspace and parent eTMF. Once a study-specific eTMF is configured, it too can be cloned. This is the master document library, which includes a document author, review, and approve module. And this is the master language library. The TMF can be configured for over 100 languages. And this is the master eTMF metadata mapping table. This allows administrators to configure mapping from all of the document routing sources to the eTMF and from our eTMF to other document management or publishing systems. Once the mapping is configured, it can be saved for future use. This is the eTMF sponsor template library. Master templates can be authored and routed for approval. Study eTMFs inherit the study document templates from the parent eTMF selected. For example, if a CRO selected a Pfizer eTMF in Study Workspace configuration, it would inherit the Pfizer-approved document templates and workflow for that study. And this is the authoring module. Administrators can author, review, and approve document templates for use in the CTP and eTMF. One example would be to author, translate, and approve all of the informed consent translations directly from the system with a full audit trail of the entire process. And the system also includes electronic and digital signature capabilities. And of course, the system includes a robust workflow management system to support sophisticated configurations that might be required by a specific client. Once the parent eTMF portal is configured and the correct document templates are uploaded and workflow established, study teams can quickly configure a study workspace and eTMF in minutes. This is the standard study-specific eTMF homepage. In this configuration, the administrative tools are located on a collapsible left navigation bar. The dashboard report is located in the center, and the eTMF task list is located just below the dashboard. This includes tasks for eTMF administrators or QC reviewers and can be filtered by document, role, site, and due date. The eTMF includes an intelligent document upload and bulk upload wizard with a quick viewer to ensure the correct documents are always being uploaded to the correct place in the eTMF. As you can see, a user simply types in the name of the documents they wish to upload, and the system auto-populates the correct zone, section, and artifact based on the reference model selected during configuration. Documents can also be authored, reviewed, and approved in the study-specific eTMF. In this example, an informed consent template is going through the country translation workflow. And to the bottom, you see the document view of the eTMF, which supports actual and virtual document types. The eTMF includes a folder view for those users who feel more comfortable with that navigation preference, and a pending QC review for QC reviewers. QC thresholds can be set at the parent and study level and be configured at the document level type, routing source, or document type. One example is you may want to have a QC review of 100% of the 1572s and 80% of any document that was scanned into the system, but only 20% of the documents that came through the CTP since they've already been through one review cycle. The eTMF also includes a bulk QC review module with a document viewer that supports multiple side-by-side document comparing. And this is the inspector view of the eTMF should you need to have an inspector log into the system. The eTMF includes a powerful custom search capability with drill downs, metadata, and textual search that is lightning fast. The eTMF reporting engine includes over 20 out-of-the-box reports with an ad hoc reporting capability that integrates with study milestone reporting. This is the expected versus actual report, as well as the site checklist report. Expected artifacts can be auto-configured at the parent level and automatically add placeholders as soon as new sites are added through the CTP or through a CTMS integration, eliminating the manual processes typically required from the older eTMF solutions. And here is the expired and expiring documents report and the eTMF site groupings report with drill down capabilities. And here is the missing documents report. And here is the site IP drug release report, which can be configured to generate a task to the study supply administrator or vendor to ship study drug when the site's prepared. When that task is complete, the report will show the completion date, and that can be updated into the study milestone report. And this is that study country site milestone report that has a configurable color coding for projected versus actual task completions or delays. And study level configurations can always be edited as needed. The Clinical Trial Portal and eTMF include a robust set of integration APIs that support single sign-on, web service APIs, and ETLs with the industry-leading eClinical vendors. In summary, the ePharmaSolutions eTMF was developed by a highly respected vendor with global enterprise deployment experience. It was developed using state-of-the-art technology on a highly scalable Microsoft stack and has been externalized for full electronic document lifecycle completion to more than 330,000 clinical researchers in 130 countries on more than 3,000 active studies. The solution is supported by ePharmaSolutions' dedicated in-house 24/7 multilingual help desk and can be scaled to include additional clinical trial portal workflow functionality with the click of a button. Thank you for learning about ePharmaSolutions' cloud-based eTMF that was developed for sponsors and CROs to be highly configurable and extensible to the external enterprise, while still maintaining the highest levels of security and compliance standards globally.